It's time now for Carter's Corner. Everything Bay Area sports on the Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network. Here is your host, Carter Kim.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Carter's Corner. I am Carter Kim here on Northern Lights Sports and Entertainment, talking to you about all things Bay Area sports, basketball, baseball, football, Sharks, Kings, A's, but mainly the 49ers, the Warriors, and the Giants here. So, the Golden State Warriors still holding the Houston Rockets. We are 4-1 right now. I'm not going to say a thing, but we have been doing really well as of late. Even though Steph's been out, we have been poised. Things look good. We look like we're in a good position again. I mean, I'm really happy that, the team's good again, and it's good to see us doing well. But also, Blake Snell has just opted out of his contract here in San Francisco. That's too bad, but some stuff just happens sometimes. Like, you can't always get what you want when it comes to this game, and just a little unlucky there, unfortunately. I wanted him to stay. Like many Giants fans, I wanted him to stay, but he obviously is doing what he thinks is best for his family and himself. But yeah, we'll see. Hi, Daniel. Good to see you. But yeah, I'm just going to commentate because why not? Because the Green Bay Packers are currently playing the Detroit Lions. The 49ers, we're on a bye. We're chilling out right now, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, it's going to be something, isn't it? I mean, Devin Williams also may end up elsewhere. I mean, oh yeah, Devin Williams, the closer for the. I mean, I'm willing to bet if the Dodgers want bullpen help, they'll probably go after him. I mean, it seems very likely. I mean, Devin Williams, yeah. They declined the option? Huh. Okay. They declined his option. They're going to retain him apparently, but if they're going to, right now the arbitration, they may trade him, and that's an explosive play from Jahmyr Gibbs. He is far down the field. All right. I just spent a little time with my family, so I managed to get some groceries, which is cool. But anyway, yeah, also, Michael Wacha is going back to Kansas City, which is definitely good for them. Guys, hopefully going to solidify their rotation with Cole Reagans, Michael Wacha, Seth Lugo. I mean, things are cooking well in Kansas City, and we're going to see how that all goes, especially if they end up healthy down the stretch instead of Vinny Pasquantino getting injured. But obviously that's not the main reason why they lost to the Yankees, but it's like I said, I think they deserve to be there more than the Yankees did. That's for sure. We've heard, Garrett Cole is also opting out of his contract. So he will enter a list of free agents that are Scott Boras clients. I mean, there is a lot going on down there. There is a lot going on in New York, especially. We know that the Mets are going to be in play for Juan Soto and a bunch of other guys. I mean, there's a lot to talk about right now in MLB free agency, but right now I'm watching the Lions and the Packers play each other since the 49ers are on a bye. And Jahmyr Gibbs is just dicing up the Packers right now. Anyway, the Eagles are beating the Jaguars. The Cardinals are beating the crap out of the Bears. The Rams are down 3-13 to the Seahawks. The Colts will play the Vikings later in Minneapolis. Yeah. Looking for some fun. I mean, we'll see how things go, but I really am interested. We're going to be talking about free agency. As always, it's the off season for baseball, and that's going to be always an interesting talk. The 49ers, for me, are going to be always something that I talk about randomly. The Warriors are going to be bigger as free agency news for the MLB dissipates. I mean, why the hell would you run a play out of shotgun and trying to throw the end zone? Like, I know, okay, they're probably going to go for it here, but still, it's a big risk in my opinion. You didn't have to go that early. Man, The heck is this picture? Is that Ben Johnson? Okay. Anyway, oh yeah, and somehow, someway, the Sharks won 3 games in a row. I have no clue how we did. We just somehow managed to find a way to BS our way there. Then the Canucks stopped our winning streak. But hey, maybe we can get a chance to get to the Blue Jackets later on the 5th, and we'll see. No way they ran. Oh my gosh. Y'all are getting diced up by Jahmyr Gibbs, Packers. Jesus. That is just horrific run block. That is horrific run defense. Like, that is bad. But hey, you guys know who I'm talking about when I want to talk about free agency. Soto's obviously the main guy, but Freddie Peralta, Bo Bichette, a bunch of other dogs, some other great players. I'm just hoping that this can be an interesting year for the Giants in free agency. But hey, the offseason, let's do it. I mean, any other news, sports news to talk about besides Saquon Barkley making a pretty cool play versus the whatchamacallit, the Athletic. Y'all aren't big soccer fans, but I am. College football, Premier League. Oh my gosh. Man, that was just oh my gosh. By Leverkusen. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's good to see that Kansas City's actually being serious again about whatchamacallit. It's good to see that Kansas City's getting serious again because I really want to see that team be good, especially with a guy as good as Bobby Wood Jr. I just hope that dude ends up being one of the best ever. Because that guy, that dude's tools, the way he plays, I just love the way Bobby Wood Jr. conducts himself as a baseball player, and I think he can be one of the best. He's just, we got to see, though. I think he can be really good. He's just, we'll have to see if there can be anything to glean from how good he is, but because it all depends really on how much the ownership over in Kansas City spends on a guy who's like that. And if they're going to give him a running bait, they do have Vinny Pasquantino, which is great, but you got to give him something else. You know, Salvi's getting older, and you can't always rely on him to be your best player anymore. And then you have guys who are, you need outfielders as well. Obviously, you have the third base and third base locked up with Michael Garcia, who can end up getting better as well. Bobby at shortstop. Vinny at first base. Catcher's going to be an issue at some point. You got to find somebody good there. And then other guys like in the outfield, Isbell looks good, but you need another bat. That team can get better, I think. It's just about trying to see if they can create a consistency. Because last year they were a little iffy down the stretch, and they could have been better. But I honestly like how they've been playing. Just see. Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh. The running game has been absolutely tearing up the Packers right now. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are destroying the Packers. That is just it's not great for them right now. All right, here we go. I mean, I'll probably just do commentary for a little bit, y'all, unless you guys want to stick around and talk about something. But I'm here if y'all need a voice to talk about sports or just a certain, if there's like a little thing y'all want to talk about, I'm here. But here we go. 24-3. It's just starting the third quarter. The Packers are trying to find a way to come back. And here we go. It's a deep kick. And it will not be returned because it's out of the back of the end zone. There we go. Sorry. But Brian Branch, yeah, that was a cheap one. Brian Branch made a cheap shot on Melton. That was a really cheap shot, in my opinion. You shouldn't have done that. That's really crappy, in my opinion. You don't have to be playing like that and just making cheap shots. That's just not okay. You can't be like that. And Branch was pissed off. By the end of the day, you can't hit a guy when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, especially in the helmet. That's just not okay. Jordan Love in the backfield, guy who was right, and they get a few yards, I think 3 or 4 on that play. All right, here we go. Josh Jacobs has been Puka Nacua ejection was BS. What did he get ejected for? What did Puka Nacua? Give me a second. Puka Nacua. What did he get ejected for? Yeah, he was. Oh, he punched him? Oh, Jesus. Let me just get the video. Let me just see the. I'm just taking a look at the play right now. Because if he did get ejected, it might. I have to see this for real. So, yeah, the play is intercepted. He gets blocked. But, yeah, he shoves him, and then he's fighting back. What? That's crazy. What? You ejected him for that bullshit? Are you kidding me? That's a joke, bro. That is actually a joke. You're not even serious at that point. Like, bro, he did. Oh my gosh, that's a catch. Wicks dropped it, but anyway, that was close, dude. That was bad. That was hilariously bad. Like, what is that call? You can't make that call there. That's stupid. Are you kidding? That's terrible. That's awful. Are you kidding me? I just saw that clip. Dude, he's shoving him too. You can't eject just one of those guys. You have to kick them both out then, because it's not that you can't be double standarding the situation. That's awful, bro. That's just plainly awful. That's just that's terrible. That's not okay in my opinion. You cannot be ejecting a guy like that. That is so damn stupid. That's so damn stupid. Are you kidding? That's an absolute fucking joke. I'm sorry. No, not to swear, but that's such a joke of a call. Like, what the hell is that? Like, that is awful. That is awful. Yeah, that's not okay. You can't, like, that's an awful call. You can't just eject a guy on that BS. It's not even mildly close, man. Like, they're both shoving at each other. You can't just eject one of them. If they're both shoving at each other, you can't just eject one person. Like, that's not okay at all. Like, you can't just eject one person. That's just not okay at all. Like, are you kidding me? Corbin Burns will come to California, either Dodgers, Giants, or Padres. I mean, I don't know. Okay, here's the thing about that. I mean, here's what I think the problem is. I think that ever since Baltimore bought out Peter Angelos, and there's now new ownership in Baltimore, I think they're going to be spending a lot of money. I think they're actually a sneaky team this offseason that's going to spend much more than people expect. I think that he actually might stay in Baltimore if they pay him a lot of money. If they don't try and pay high prices for him, I can definitely see him coming to one of those 3 teams. I don't think the Padres are going to have enough money ever since Seidler. Their cash cow left with Seidler. I don't know. Kobe Bryant would hit him first after the whistle. Yeah, no, exactly. They were both hitting him. He hit him first. That is abundantly clear in my opinion that those two were that they were going at it, and you can't just eject one guy. You can't just eject one of those guys. It's like you have to eject them both then. If you eject one of them and they're both shoving at each other, punching each other in the face, especially since he was the one making contact first, you got to eject both of them. Go to the damn booth and ask him, like, hey, what the hell happened? That's just not fair, bro. Like, not fair at all. And now you're taking one of the best players out of the game. I mean, that's just not okay in my opinion. You cannot let that happen. Like, that's bad refereeing. And then again, NFL referees, I'm a firm believer that NFL referees, baseball and NFL referees are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad referees. But basketball referees are also horrible. I understand the personal foul, but not an ejection. No, I get that too. It's also like, hey, yes, he shoved him, but it's not like he poked him in the eye. If it's like that, or you hit him in a bad spot, then maybe. But if it's that's a personal foul, what Puka did anyway. So it's like referees in the NFL are just hilariously bad, though. It's not even like funnily bad. It's not. That's just not okay. Like you can't throw a guy out on that. That's just stupid. That's so bad. Like you cannot throw a guy out there in a moment like that when you need, like, this guy is like one of the most important players on the field. You can't just throw a guy like that out. I'm not trying to double standard and say like, oh yeah, like star players shouldn't be ejected. I'm saying like, dude, you got to be able to hold everybody accountable then, because if he's ejected, then Kobe has to be ejected, and everybody else who's caused problems has to be ejected too. It's just got to be like, you got to be consistent as a referee. Listen, I think people would give referees a lot less crap if referees were just like, if referees didn't act the way they always did. I mean, listen, referees, especially in baseball in particular and in basketball, they act very arrogant and snotty towards players. And then they say things like, you know, oh yeah, like, I don't care. I'm not talking to you. And it's like, well, listen, if you explained yourself to us more often, to fans, to players and coaches, then we would be a little more respectful of you. There's a reason why we hate you so much, because you guys act like arrogant, inconsistent people, and then you stick up your nose like this at us, and you're like, oh yeah, I've done nothing wrong. Like, that's not being a good referee, because being a referee requires you to be, you know, a smart human being who understands the nuances of a situation, and that's not what you're doing. That's just bad form, in my opinion. That's hilariously bad form. You can't be doing that there. There we go. All right, 4th down for the Motor City Kitties. But yeah. Man, what has happened to the NL West, y'all? I don't get it. Rams get second goal on Seattle too. I mean, dude, I don't know what the hell has happened to the NL West. Like, I don't know what the hell has happened to the NL West. We used to be such a competitive division. It was fun. There were good teams in it, but then we started all playing like trash. I'm just keeping it real. To be fair, injuries are a big part of that, because the Rams lost Cooper Kupp and Nakua in like the first 2 weeks, and that's going to be a problem, obviously, in the quality. We couldn't get like any help from any of our guys, and that was always a problem. But still, like, you should have been able to like keep it up. But then the Seahawks started bumbling around and floundering, and they couldn't be good. So there was not a single good team in the NL West at all. Like, it's so insane to me how bad the quality of football is. TD Rams 13-10 against the Seagulls. I like that name, by the way. I like calling them the Seagulls too. The Seagulls. I always love it. Man. Go put your little hand in mine. Jesus, man. There's like a bunch of sporting events happening today at my place. Yeah. The bus. What's the price of returning me this home? Okay, I gotta make sure all this is set up so that I can talk about it. But like, yeah, oh yeah, the Bears too, man. Jesus, man, the Bears will never leave their mediocrity. I just have a feeling. Listen, the Lions and the Packers are the best teams in the North now. They are the true kings of the North, and I enjoy it. Especially since we beat both teams up a significant amount of the time. But still, I don't think we – I don't – honestly, like, I feel like the 49ers should be sellers. I get it. I think we can contend. We're a good team, but let's keep it real. Ayuk is out for the year. We don't have significant, like, middle of the line suffocation, especially with Hargrave injured. We don't have a wrecker. Like, we don't have like what it takes to win. So I don't really know why we would go try and take a push. I mean, yes, we have opportunity, but dude, we need to be fully healthy for this thing to work. And we just don't have the health and the ability for this thing to work right now. Yeah, we have the potential, but we're not there. All of that was during a dead ball, and the play was whistled dead from the jump after the defender blocked. Then the defender blocked Nakua. Yeah, I get it. Listen, the referees in sports in general are just such arrogant people, in my opinion, and I hate it. Listen, we get it. You made it this far. You're a great ref, but let's keep it real. Like, the referees just don't take any accountability for their actions, and it's so bad. The NL West is great for me. I mean, listen, it's competitive, but it's only competitive, in my opinion, in the sense that it's like so mediocre. I mean, I just want to take a look at this for a second. Like, the NL with the NFC West. Sorry. The NL West. Oh, yeah. NFC. Sorry. Not NL West. NFC West. My bad. But no, yeah. Like, the quality of football here has just been very, very poor, to say the least, because the Seahawks collapsed. We're injured to hell, and we're not playing good. The Rams should probably have won like 2 more games than they did. I mean, the quality of the football has just been hilariously bad. So bad to a point where the Cardinals are first in the division. The Cardinals are first in the division. That's so bad. I mean, Geno Smith is overrated. Okay, yeah, I don't think he's that overrated. I mean, I think he's not a great player. I don't think he's what Seahawks fans make him out to be either. I think he is a little overrated in that sense. But if we're talking about as a player, he's not bad. He's not great. I mean, you wouldn't ask him to start for like your team if you were like trying to win a Super Bowl, but you could do worse than a guy like Geno Smith, in my opinion. There's so many guys in the NFL that actually have jobs that are so much worse than him. And I don't think that he is that bad in the sense of, oh yeah, he doesn't deserve it. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, guys like Daniel Jones exist. Guys like, Sam Darnold actually might be having a renaissance. I don't know what the hell is going on. Jameis Winston, like, I don't know. Like, those guys are a little worse than Geno, and I still think they're pretty good. Car, can I send you my YouTube link? Sure. I mean, why not? I'm around, y'all. Just chilling out. Oh, my gosh. I am, man, having a hell of a few days. Just taking care of business and stuff. I woke up this morning and I felt a little out of it. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I recommend, though, guys, if you want to talk about like free agency, especially MLB free agency, go check out Giant Sports Talk Live later tonight with Eric and Glenn. That's going to be important because Garrett Cole, that's going to be such an interesting saga. I mean, Garrett Cole, he's a really good pitcher. I just don't know. Just gotta. Yeah, Jesus. Man, Green Bay is getting smacked around right now. Yeah, Green Bay is getting smacked around right now. What the heck is going on, dog? I mean, Jesus. But yeah, I do want to talk about basketball, though, because we look good. The Golden State Warriors, my dogs, my favorite team ever. Like, I seriously mean this. Like, this team, of all the teams I have ever watched in sports, this is my favorite team I've ever watched. I mean, I've watched them for the longest, except, actually, no, the Giants I watched when I was much younger. But I still think of all the teams I've watched, I've probably watched the most Warriors basketball. I mean, it's fun. It was so fun watching them be as good as they were. I enjoyed watching them for so long. I mean, the teams were always great. I enjoyed the dynamics that Steph had and Steve Kerr. But the last few days, watching them has been great. I mean, we're off to a 5-1 start. That's awesome. But we haven't played anybody yet. But let's see how good we do down the stretch. I think we can be really good, especially against our little brother in the Clippers. I mean, yeah. I mean, I really can't wait for the legacy of failure videos on the Clippers. I mean, the Los Angeles Clippers, sincerely, are the biggest joke in all of sports. I mean, are y'all seriously trying to market to Los Angeles, really? the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, like, who cares about the Clippers? Give me a real, like, keep it real with me. Does anybody, I'm assuming Ramley is a Lakers fan, at least. But, like, does anybody care about the Clippers? The owner loves the team, though, which is good. No, I will give him a lot of credit for, but it's never been Ballmer's fault. He's certainly better than that scumbag who used to own the Clippers. But, and I'll give him credit. Yeah, he cares about the team, but the team is just such a failure. You kept around Doc Rivers for way too long, in my opinion, because Doc Rivers is one of the most, he is like the what's his name? He's like McCarthy, like the coach for the Dallas Cowboys. What is his name? Not Kevin McCarthy. That's the freaking representative from California. Mike McCarthy. Sorry, Mike McCarthy. But yeah, you kept around Doc Rivers, who's like the Mike McCarthy of football, of basketball. That's what Doc Rivers is. You kept hiring mediocre coaches and making mistakes. You couldn't ever make it past the conference finals. You haven't even made it to a final. You are the biggest failure I have ever seen in basketball. I really mean that when I say it. Listen, the Jazz are a failure, okay? There are a lot of failures in basketball, but keep it real. Like, the Clippers are just such a joke of a team. Like, who wants to watch the Clippers when you can go literally a couple miles away and you can see the Lakers? Listen, the Lakers have their flaws too, but at least they actually have won something. I'll give them that much credit. But seriously, like, who cares about the freaking Clippers? Are there any Clippers fans in the chat? Are there any Clippers fans out there? Contact me. Talk to me. Like, I don't know who you people are, dude. Are there Clippers fans? Do they? Probably, because they do have some rockin' stadiums. But, like, keep it real. Like, nobody, like, if there is anybody who is saying you're not picking the Clippers over the Lakers, I mean, yes, the Lakers ownership is a little wild sometimes, but keep it real. Like, that team actually has heritage. And yes, I get it. They're owned by the Nuggets, but that's just like, I don't know, man. Like, this is, you really could do so much better than that comedy show down with the Clippers. I mean, come on. Dude, what the hell is going on out there? Jesus. Agreed, the Clippers suck. Lakers only. Listen, I get that the Lakers have inconsistencies. I get they have flaws. I get that there are problems with the team. But keep it real. At least they won at something. At least they can win anything. At least they have fans and heritage. Nobody roots for the Clippers. Who roots for the Clippers? I don't know any Clippers fans. I don't know a single Clippers fan. I mean, keep it real. There are so many better teams to root for. Like, I'm willing to bet I could find a Golden State fan down in Los Angeles before I could find a Clippers fan. I'm willing to bet I can find Lakers fans everywhere, preferably over Clippers fans. I mean, come on. It's the Lakers. You pick between Jerry Buss's team that won all those rings and has had success in the 21st century, or a legacy of failure. I mean, come on. I get it. You want to be a part of an underdog team, a hipster, but keep it real. If you want to have enjoyment in your basketball, you don't have to be a freaking hipster, okay? I mean, yet listen, I could be like one of those weirdos who supports the freaking Yankees, but keep it real. I like supporting this team because I've seen them have success, you know? I'll take Jenny McCartney. I mean, like, is it like Dodgers versus Angels? Not really. It's not even like Dodgers versus Angels. The Angels aren't even part of the city of Los Angeles. They're a part of Anaheim, and that's close, but it's not even that good. I mean, like, Anaheim at least has fans. We saw that back during their run in like the 2000s when they were really good and they won that World Series against my Giants. Sorry. But like, but the Clippers don't even have a damn fan in their stadium. I mean, they do have fans. They come and watch the games, but keep it real. Like, are they there to experience anything real? The Clippers? Like, the Kawhi Paul George experiment, the splash, the not the Splash Brothers. What am I talking about? I'm mixing up my duos, but like the Lob City Clippers and all those other guys, it's all a failure. It's not, they're just a failure. Clippers fans got kicked out of the Lakers fan base. I mean, pretty much. I mean, like, I don't know. I just don't understand why you would want to root for the Clippers instead of the Lakers. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. If you are born in Los Angeles, if you come up loving basketball, and you get to a point where you're picking your team or you're rooting for a team, you're going to say Clippers over the Lakers. Really? The Clippers? The Lakers have money. They have cool players that have played for them in the past and are currently playing for them. They have history and legends and like incredible like wins, rings, and other stuff like that. But have like the Clippers haven't done anything. I mean, yeah. I mean, what's his name? Donald, what's his name? I mean, like, what's his name? Donald Sterling. I mean, that guy was just an asshole, and he was the worst. But yeah, Billy Crystal. Sorry, I don't know who that is. Billy Crystal. I don't know who this guy is. Oh, the Harry Met Sally guy. I mean, I'm not entirely sure who this man is. I'm just keeping it very honest with you guys. Okay, I'm not particularly smart when it comes to movie actors. I'm just being honest. But I mean, I just can't understand rooting for the Clippers. I get you want. I mean, it's like being in New York and rooting for the Nets instead of the Knicks. Listen, I get it. The Knicks have not been good for a minute, but they ended up being good so recently. But it's like, who the hell would want to root for the freaking Nets at Barclays Center? Why wouldn't you want to go to Madison Square Garden, even if the basketball quality is really bad, like it was like 5 years ago? But like, who wants to root for the Nets or the Clippers? I mean, it's like, it's not like where it's like there's a lot of Mets fans in New York, for example. You know, at least the Angels have a ring. Exactly. I mean, like, look at like, I don't know. It's not like it's the Mets versus the Yankees in New York, because the Mets actually do have some existence. They've existed for such a long time to a point where people were like, oh yeah, that's a cool team. They've had cool players as well. They've won World Series. They've had heritage to their club. They've had like some cool seasons the past 20, 30 years. But the Yankees have won more, yes, but the Mets have also been a cool team to root for. It's not like with the Clippers or the Nets, for example, where it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, they're all right. It's like, though that team actually has heritage and a reason to exist. And it's like, you know, some people would want to root for that. I mean, I know I would want to root for that for a certain amount of time. I mean, it's just very perplexing to me, the notion of, oh yeah, I want to go play for the Nets or the Clippers. Clippers, Chargers, Padres, and Sharks, the only California teams without any championships. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Okay, listen, the Sharks, Sterling, yeah, Donald Sterling, that guy was a jerk. He was a horrible person. But yeah, the Clippers, they're a joke. The Chargers are the biggest joke in sports, not even just California sports. The Padres are sad as well. And the Sharks, okay, listen, we had a lot of talent, but we just screwed it up. I mean, yeah, Jesus. I'm gonna look up that video later. I mean, there's been so many opportunities to shock, messed it up a lot of the time. I felt like we could have done better in so many situations, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there are so many teams in everywhere that like come to like big market cities like Los Angeles and New York and think that they can make a stake and say, oh yeah, we can be just as big here as the other team, when there's only ever been one exception to that rule, and that's been the Mets in New York. And other than that, it's never really changed. I mean, yeah, the Mets are but the difference between the Clippers and the Nets looking at them, those two teams versus the Mets, is that the Mets actually have a winning culture. They have a story to tell as a franchise. But yeah, the Rams are driving in. Okay. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's just such a weird dynamic where it's like these teams come into these big market cities like Los Angeles and New York thinking that they're going to be something and that they're going to have something to show for their efforts and buying money and trying to get fans to come to their stadiums. And it's like, then they don't do anything and you're not particularly surprised. I mean, okay, you did something, a little thing, but let's keep it real. Like, what have you really done? I really mean that sincerely. Like, what the hell have the Clippers done? Like, they haven't done anything significant that would make me want to like them. Neither have the Nets. And definitely not that comedy show. But yeah, it's like the Mets, there's just such a big difference, in my opinion, between a team like the Mets and then teams like the Nets and our friends in the Clippers. It's like, there's such a big difference. It's not even like funny. It's like, dude, you aren't going to compete with the big boys. Okay. They're an actual team. You know, when I look at the Lakers, I say, okay, that's an actual team. It would be like, again, like when Artie Moreno tried to market the Angels to LA. I mean, that didn't work out for one reason, because no one cares about the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Anaheim is your supporters, man. Like, it just doesn't make much sense to me. Like, why anybody would want to support anybody would want to support that instead. It's not like, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, most supporters of the Angels are from Anaheim. They're not from Los Angeles, like the city of county of Los Angeles. They're supportive of, they're coming from Anaheim. So it just doesn't make sense to me how so many teams try and market to big markets. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and I don't understand why anybody would. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. Hello. I'm back. All right. Comment. Okay. I mean, both of my grandpas were Angels fans. I mean, yeah, it makes sense because I'm assuming, were they born in Los Angeles? Because, again, I'm not trying to disrespect the Angels. They deserve so much better, by the way. The Los Angeles, the Anaheim Angels is what I try and call them. But, yeah, that team deserves so much better than that scumbag Artie Moreno. At least that's what I try and say about him. I mean, it's just kind of weird when teams try and market to big market places like Los Angeles and New York. I just don't see it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like a basketball team trying to be the main attraction when the Warriors are here in the Bay. I mean, that wouldn't make much sense, would it? At least that's what I think. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Colts Vikings will be on later, and that's going to be an absolutely horrible game. I guarantee that's a bad game. I mean, actually, maybe the eliteness of Joe Flacco will save us. Maybe the eliteness of Joe Flacco will save us from the horrors of. Actually, Sam Darnold's been pretty good this year, but I'm wondering how it's going to be. Justin Jefferson has been fantastic this year. I mean, he's not first in every category, but he's certainly up there in most of them. I mean, 41 receptions so far this year, third in yards, fourth in touchdowns. I mean, that guy's a monster of a player. He's only going to get better too, which is crazy to me. But yeah, let's see. I'm going to see how the Green Bay's getting smoked right now. I don't even know if I want to watch this game. Maybe I should watch some hockey or some soccer. I'll just put on some basketball. Sorry, I don't want to get copyrighted right here. There we go. All right. I mean, here we go. It's a good set, though, from Minnesota. Pass out, Ant-Man, get downhill. Nice floater. All right. Oh, man, it's the Nuggets versus the is this live or am I tripping? This better be live. No, this ain't live. I guess I'm watching a replay. Why not? I mean, yeah. Thank you, Morcatin. Appreciate it. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm looking at the stats for the Giants this year, and I'm just depressed. 17th in runs, 20th in batting average. OBP was 21st. We were 15th in slugging. Our earned run average overall for the year was 19th. Quality starts were 24th. We were 22nd in whip, 22nd in batting average for the opposition's batting average. I mean, we just played some of the most horrific baseball. I mean, okay, the Rams and the Seahawks are tied up right now. Jesus. Man, will we have another greatest game this week? Let's find out. Anthony Edwards, isoing versus MPJ, and they foul him instead, forcing him to go into a set. Oh, is that Braun? Oh, boy. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry I was off yesterday, y'all. I was with my family trying to spend time with them for a little bit because I hadn't gotten to see them in the last couple months, but it was nice. Oh, yeah, Anthony Edwards getting downhill. And he steps in, tries to kick it out, and they lay it up and in and draw the foul. Way to go. Which starting pitcher should the San Francisco 49ers pursue? I would recommend – man, oh, that's so tough. I'd want us to get Corbin Burns because he just provides a lot of great things. I like the fact that he provides a lot of extra innings and other stuff like that. I like that he's a really good pitcher when his strikeout stuff is going. But if I was going to be honest, I want to bring Blake Snell back for a second go around because he is so good when he is on his form. It's not even funny. Like, he's hilariously good, and I want to see that. Man, I'm trying to go to a Warriors game when I get back to the Bay. I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, maybe. Ooh. No, that's in San Antonio. Nope, not doing that. Oh my gosh. No one of my grandpas was born no one of my grandpas was born in Texas and the other was born in Mexico. They didn't like the Dodgers because of the Chavez ravine. Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, that's not unfair. I mean, the Angels were close in proximity. That makes sense. And besides, the Angels were a cool team. I mean, the Rowdy Monkey, K-Rod, the hitting prowess that team had. That was always a fun team. I mean, 2000 champions. I mean, they beat us, which was tough with a really good Barry Bonds. Jesus, man. Like, there's so much activity going outside for me today. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I don't know. Dude, I'm just asking this as a 49ers fan. Can both these teams lose, please? Actually, no. Can the Rams beat the Seahawks? Can you guys beat the Seahawks, please? Oh, my gosh. Hey, Benji. Good to see you. We're talking about a number of things. I mean, we're talking about Garrett Cole opting out. We're talking about Devin Williams that was talked about earlier. He's apparently going to be out of his contract or something like that. Michael Walker got re-signed to Kansas City. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Oh, yeah, Snell opted out as well. Other than that, I don't think there's that much news. I mean, it's the first couple of days of free agency. I don't think there's going to be anything blockbuster until like November or December, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, this is going to be probably a pretty chill next month. We're all going to be sitting through Thanksgiving wondering what's going to happen with our teams in baseball. But, I mean, I think that's one thing that you Dodgers fans have the luxury of, knowing that your management's probably got this under control. The Giants, we're not really sure yet about what we're going to be doing yet, but we're going to see how all this goes for us. But that's one thing that Dodgers fans have the luxury of. It's knowing that you guys have a pretty solid front office. You think the Yankees are examining if Cole's arm can hold him against? Yeah, that's possible. I mean, like, Garrett Cole obviously had a lot of issues last year. He had first 3 months of the season, I think. I'm not sure how long it was, but I'm pretty sure it was like 3 months where they were like cooling him, where they were trying to make sure he didn't get injured. Let me just find him. How many games did he play? Garrett Cole. I mean, Garrett Cole splits last year. I mean, he started in June, didn't play great. July, August, he played well. Then he started getting back into form in August and September. I mean, that's Garrett Cole for you, but I think they're just trying to keep it. Golden Glove Awards tonight. Hey, hoping that my guy Patrick Bailey wins one. I mean, it would be a big boost for Pat. I mean, he's been great this year. I'm just hoping that we can I can see a future with that. But anyway, yeah, I think, but to keep talking about what you're saying, I mean, I think Cole, he is getting a little older. He's 32? That's not that old for a pitcher, but that's certainly older. I mean, thinking about how he's played, he can be really good. Is Patrick Bailey the best framer in the game? Statistically, I think give me a second. Patrick Bailey. I mean, of all the guys who can frame in baseball, he might be the best. I think. I mean, this is a very small victory for me as a Giants fan, but let me just put this on the screen right here. Look at this. So these are his defensive stats. His stats up here are pretty okay. They're not anything special, but they're pretty okay. But his framing is in the 100th percentile, so that's pretty good. His caught stealing is 98th percentile. He's got a pop time that's in the 97th percentile. I mean, yeah. Arizona is destroying Chicago. Yeah, they're crushing them right now. It looks really bad out there. I mean, dude, let me just get a look at the stats right now. Is it just James Conner and the running game are just destroying that defense, basically? Yeah, they're also attacking him through the air pretty well. Even though Kyler Murray's gotten sacked 3 times, they've kept it going. I mean, they're not doing too great. They're just doing enough. And plus, they're absolutely destroying Caleb Williams in the pocket. They've sacked him 6 times. They're rolling on him right now. Shohei's pitching next season too. Yeah, I mean, yeah. There we go. I mean, that is such a crazy thought. Shohei wasn't even at his full strength. They won a freaking World Series. That's a crazy thought to me. Like, Shohei Ohtani might be the best. I mean, he is. It's going to be hard for me in the next 3 or 4 years not to say that he's the best baseball player I've ever seen. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that. I don't want to call a Dodger one of the best baseball players I've ever seen, but I genuinely mean it. He is great with his bat. He's an incredible hitter. But most of all, the guy pitches to like a 3 ERA when he's really good. I mean, listen, it's going to be I appreciate it, Benji. And that's the thing. It's like, dude, it's going to be very hard for me as a Giants fan to say he's not the best baseball player of all time. Listen, I can argue for Willie Mays, which is like a personal thing, or Barry Bonds, because those guys were so good. And they were just so good at what they did, and it was really impressive. But here's the wrinkle. Shohei does the 2 most impactful things in baseball at the highest level possible. I mean, he can pitch to the tune of a 3.00 ERA and without breaking a sweat, but he can also hit like 50 Ks and steal 50 bases. He's incredible at all these things, and how can you not say a guy who has more impact than that isn't the best baseball player of all time? I mean, it's hard for me not to say that. I mean, how does one say, oh yeah, he's not the best baseball player of all time? I mean, look what he's done. A first 50-50 season for any player ever. That's historic. He has been on the top 5 of Cy Young voting before. That's incredible. Oh, you cover the A's too? A little. Listen, again, I'm not an A's fan, but if A's fans were like going to come in here and talk to me about the issues of their team, then I could talk about it. BS pass interference right now. I mean, again, it's the way of the game, man. The refs in the NFL, they're really bad. Like, the refereeing in general is just really bad. And I have one reason for why referees in all sports are pretty bad. It's because they're so old. Like, referees in all sports are just so hilariously old that it's like you need to be better than that. If I'm being totally honest, like, it's just so bad. Like, I just say this all the time. Like, you gotta refereeing in all sports has to change, in my opinion. It's gotta change. Like, you gotta start putting younger guys in positions of power instead, in my opinion. Out of all sports, what is your favorite sport? Probably basketball, because I played it. I enjoy it for a lot of different reasons. I love the analytics and just watching baseball for like the technicalities, the rules, and everything like that. But in terms of watchability value and how I understand basketball, for example, I just really like the niche of it. But it's also good for me just to watch, because I can be smart with basketball, but I can also just watch it, which is always great. With baseball, it's a little harder for a lot of people because it's not a sport for the masses. It's a sport for just like guys like you and me who just watch it very nichely. But I think it's really I'm a baseball guy. Nice. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. Favorite non-Warriors player of all time? LeBron's really good. I would like to say LeBron, but I don't want to just pick basic. I do love LeBron. I think he's one of the best players of all time, if not the best. But non-Warriors player, I mean, who is a guy that I watched and I was like, dude, that guy's so good. LeBron might be that, but I kind of want to go a little more hipster here. I'm not going to go with like a 90s player because I haven't seen them. I'm trying to pick a guy that I've watched recently, and I was like, dude, that guy's really good. Man, I've watched the Warriors play a lot of good players. No, probably LeBron. If I'm being totally honest, favorite non-Warriors player. I mean, I've watched the Warriors play him so much. I've watched him play so often. I've got to follow his career basically my entire life. I mean, he's a really good player. He's the best of all time. I mean, but if you want me to pick like a niche guy that I really like, I like Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, for me, Baron Davis, for me, when he was with the Warriors, he was really good. I loved Baron Davis. He was a great player. I always remember that We Believe team. That was really good. But yeah, for favorite Warriors fan all the time, an interception. Oh, that's bad. Oh, they did not. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, Hakeem the Dream. He was really good. I liked Hakeem. He just had such an aesthetically pleasing style of basketball. He was good in the post. He could like shoot like short corner or like mid-range. I liked his style. I thought he was really good. He was also like one of the best defensive players ever. And I always respected the hustle there. But yeah, but if I was going to pick hipster, Hakeem, but if I was going to pick a guy I watched a lot and I was like, oh yeah, that guy's really good, probably LeBron, if I'm being honest. But there's so many good players though that I've got to watch. Kawhi Leonard, Dame Time, Giannis. I mean, I got to watch so many incredible players. Like, oh my gosh, there's like, I'm just trying to like think like who would be another guy who I'd be like, wow, that guy was like really, really good. I mean, man, I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm just trying to think like who would be a team that I'd be like, oh man, Dodgers, Rams, Lakers, and Kings in terms of that order. Yeah, I mean, it's probably like, for me, it's Warriors, Giants, 49ers, and the Sharks because I'm not a big hockey guy. I'm trying to learn it, though, because I think hockey's an important sport in a lot of ways, and I think that people should enjoy it more as much as people have a tendency not to enjoy hockey or baseball, and I think people should try and enjoy it more. I think it'd be good for sports to try and find these things a little more interesting. Kobe. I mean, yeah, Kobe was Kobe too. That was another guy who I was like, wow, that guy was something else. I liked Kobe a lot. I thought he was just one of those dudes who I was like, dude, I respect the hell out of that guy because of just how hard he worked and how great of a player he was. I mean, Kobe was one of the idols that people all like a guy like me wanted to look up to because it was like, you want to be mentally tough and you want to be strong about what you're doing. And I loved Kobe for that and just how awesome he was for those reasons. I mean, I loved Kobe, but of all the players, but to answer Benji's question fully, of all of like the players I have watched, and I'm like, oh yeah, this guy was like a player that I really like, but he doesn't play for the Warriors. Probably LeBron. I mean, I got to watch him play because he played the Warriors a lot, whether it was the finals or like when he came to the Lakers and started playing. So probably him, but it's close. There's a lot of good players in basketball. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, it's good talking to you guys always. I got to go because I'm a little tired and I think I should get some dinner or work out or do something because I've been a little lazy today. But hey, it's good talking to you guys always. I mean, thank you for just giving me your time, coming to talk to me about basketball, baseball, and obviously the football that's going on right now. But hey, I appreciate you guys. It's been great talking to you. Say it.
You've been watching the Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network, a Northern Lights Entertainment broadcasting station.